Okay. Mandatory wiggle time. We gotta wiggle. Okay. Oh, you forget how counting in other bases works, but in base 5, 78 becomes 303. In base 7, it becomes 141. In 12, it becomes 66. So it's palindromic in those bases. I see. Fascinating. Moment. It has a good case and lens system. You're getting a new camera-focused phone, and you want to take it on some street photography walks. It's been raining buckets all week, though, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. How is it a good thing? I'm curious. Awa Yeek is good, or even just Yeek is good. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And I'm just so delighted to see another Idol fan. I'm obsessed with these games now. I tried it out last year for New Game Thursday. I tried out Case of the Golden Idol last year at recommendation of my community members. I'm just gonna turn it on. Just slightly. So I love the soundtrack of Case of the Golden Idol so much. I thought it was like so present, so intriguing. Are we zoomed in? I'm sorry about that. Position 1, tiny. Petition 1, please. And my dog is whining, of course. Wait 1 second. There we go. Okay, great. So this soundtrack was so present and so distinct, and I felt like so specific to the times. So interesting. And now it's my personality. Exactly. Now these games are my personality. I thought the soundtrack was so like pivotal in that one, and I do still like the soundtrack for the base game of Rise. It's just very different, but I felt like it was kind of a return to form for this Lemurian DLC. I don't know if it's the same like musician doing the music for the Lemurian DLC, but it feels so good. I don't know, it's so right, it's so correct. Okay. So we started this up last time I played. This was just last Tuesday, and my heart is racing. All we did was click on these two gentlemen. Haven't even clicked on this fella yet. So, oh, to catch you up. Okay, y'all remember Tessa Navari? She was the lady with like the beads in her hair and the multicolor things, and she killed a man and then buried him in her Zen garden, and was sort of involved in all this golden idol investigations. Throughout the rise of the Golden Idol. She was a part of the OPIG Corporation. She got hired in by Eugene, who's that total dum-dum that we're not even going to talk about Eugene Mermit. I don't like him. He's the epitome of failing forward, right? Shout out to Paul Alexander on the ones. Oh, was Paul Alexander in I think you're right. I think that was the artist for the Case of the Golden Idol. Yeah, the music artist. So we are following Tessa in her sort of spiritual awakening, how this all began for Tessa. It started off with her following this Lemurian spiritual leader. Oh God, was it Ori or is it Koi? I can't remember which one of these gentlemen killed his ding dang dad. Let's go to like the let's go to the like the exit scenario. Let me see. Okay, so Koi killed his father, who would have been the first sentinel of the nation of Lemuria. They're going through a time, somebody, and I think it was Mr. Koi, killed the king of Lemuria and might be taking it over. Peggy Hill is staring at the idol very intently. Yeah, interesting, right? You love how the song starts off like an intro to a Doom track, and then it breaks into like doopa dapa doopa 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 doopa. It's so good, right? So Ori Nagasai, one of the sons of Pravi Nagasai, I think his name was. The real first Sentinel had two sons, Ori and Koi. And we have zoomed in again. I gotta turn off these gestures, I swear to God. was kind of going on in the background. I gotta take my earbuds out so I can focus because the music's making me wiggle too much. These two blonde sons, one of them killed their father. That one decided he was the true first sentinel and kind of wrote out these commandments, which was like, now I can receive all the gifts I want. Women are not to turn away my affections, or else I'll be cursed or something like that. There's a difference between me getting gifts and me getting bribes, and it's whatever I want it to be, all this stuff. So it was wild. So he has been living this life of luxury, whereas his brother, Ori, has been living a life of kind of asceticism, truly leading some more of the Lemurian people out in a cave. And he has been talking to this waterfall. It was the previous chapter we sort of detectived out. And Ori received this message from the waterfall to go to Koi's temple, bring all their followers together, Ori's followers and Koi's followers, and light the place on fire. The true first sentinel would survive. I have a feeling, though, that my dog is whining. I gotta go. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you about this in a sec. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My dog was being a big baby, and my mom's gonna be watching some Sequest with my brother later, so I don't want her to like jump scare my brother. So I just ran up and down the stairs. Speaking of ascetics, one of your homies is getting baptized this Sunday after months of catechism for the Russian Orthodox Church, and he invited you to witness it. You feel honored as you're obviously a dirty, filthy sinner living in the dirt of Satan. That sounds like a very interesting ceremony you get to observe, Smee. I like that. This is the soundtrack, is it? Oh, don't autoplay anything. Does it say, Paul Alexander? How about that? Cool, cool. Very cool. Okay, so 2 brothers go into this temple. Their followers are going to throw a bunch of fire at them. Their survivor, you know what? I'm starting to think this is gonna be a classic little twist. I don't think any of these brothers are gonna survive. Okay. Here's why I think none of these brothers are going to survive. We're going to hit back to the Ascension thing, which is the previous case. Okay? So, in Ascension, in the nighttime, after the murder is committed, this gentleman here, who seems to have some kind of, like, eye affliction, maybe some sort of blindness or something. You'll need this when you get there. Dispose of this note when you're done. So, Koi, the guy with the triangle on his head, has employed this gentleman who looks remarkably like this little boy here, right? And I think also his name is like, I forget what his name is. Let's check. Okay, his name is Jamati Pira. So we have here this Lemurian Times article. Pure magicians who spread malicious lies about the blessed waterfall have been executed by new blasphemy laws. At a public cinema screening yesterday, husband and wife Shastai and Denise Akai were overheard questioning the veracity of the miracle that saved Pravi Nagasai. So this miracle is like the Phoenix ritual, where you go into a temple, you burn the temple, the waterfall puts the fire out, and even though you're covered in hideous burns, you will survive. So it's very Koth-coded. Oh, King of the Hill. There's a few NPCs who look a little King of the Hill-ish. Okay. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. You feel privileged to be there in the time of him connecting to a higher power, but we're not talking about religion, lol. I just wanted to mention something about your life. Totally fine to mention this. Me also, like, these folks are participating in religious rituals as well, so I feel like it's fine to come up, and I'm super excited for you to be able to attend this ceremony. It's cool. Today, both Shastai and Denise Akai were swiftly beheaded for spreading misinformation about the waterfall ritual. Ruling sentencing were given by His Majesty King Luchi Manzek with guidance from his spiritual advisors, First Sentinels Koi and Uri Nagasai. This is why I think that man from the previous case probably killed both of those gentlemen. And then is positioning himself as a First Sentinel to like infiltrate Lemurian royal court. King Luchi's public approval ratings are at an all-time high thanks to his firm religious stance, new polling suggests. Also, he is dead? Like, he died in the first case, so I think both those brothers are dead, but we're about to parse this out. What do you think oh god, you think I'm gonna catch on fire, Manny? Hope not. Okay. Hang on, Manny, I'm struggling to keep up with this victory speech, and before that started, I didn't even have time to finish the minutes. My finger's gonna fall off at this rate. Please bear with me. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I'll do my best to recount everything. This morning, as I prayed in the study, I entered a deep trance, and I lost sense of time and space. When my consciousness returned to this earthly plane, I found myself surrounded by fire and smoke, yet I felt no pain. Instead, I heard the voice of our beloved waterfall. It said, "Fear not, child of the universe, for this is your destiny." This experience has given me a whole new perspective on life. As such, the master of ceremonies called a trial to order. Zira Legstoi and Nali Zarati searched the participants, shackled them together inside the prayer hall, and returned the keys to the master of ceremonies. Kwanzaa Rafeli and Tessa Navari. So Kwanzaa is from the Square Brothers camp, and Tessa is from the Triangle Brothers camp. We know Miss Tessa Navari. She was from the main game. They ensured all exits were locked, as well as blocked by at least one follower from each camp. The king's soldiers also assumed their positions. Anaya Tranta and Fes Ralaki handed out Molotov cocktails to all followers from both camps and saw that they were thrown through every window in unison. The fire was allowed to rage for several hours until it finally died down by itself. The victor was declared as... we don't know yet. This person also has a government badge. Also, this security symbol looks like OPIG security. But, you know, what do I know about that? How can this be? We cannot deny the blessed waterfall's choice. It is truly a miracle. First Sentinel Ori Nagasai has challenged his brother, First Sentinel Koi Nagasai, to a trial by ordeal. Koi has accepted the challenge. Both men will be locked inside Koi's temple, shackled to one another at the hands and feet. The building will be set ablaze by their dedicants, who will guard all possible exits, alongside soldiers from King Luchi Manzek's royal army. Blessed Waterfall will surely protect he who is worthy of his position, leaving he who is undeserving to perish. So... the waterfall said, go do this with your brother and you'll live. However, what I think given that we saw that poster of the boy, and given that that person grew up into a man was in the thing, I bet he is manipulating the waterfall to put out the message like, why don't you two idiots go burn your house down and be in it? And don't worry, I'll save you. Like, I bet the waterfall is being like controlled in the same way that in like the Lemurian vampire, the automaton was controlled, you know? Weaver, also thank you for the 7 months. Let me get you a little froggy for that. Hyatt says dueling katana for quickening purposes. Many is lucky their name is... Oh, true. Very close to being Manny, huh? Magic always reveals itself when you're willing to see it, Weaver. So you need to infuse a little magic into your life. Don't go chasing waterfalls, though, as the song goes, because you never know who's on the other side whispering secrets to you. It could be somebody who perhaps has vengeance against you. So be careful. However, this frog with a rainbow and killer boots will protect you for the next month. So there's that, Weaver. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Let's see. I wonder who survived. Okay, prior to today's trial, Ori and Koi Nagasai chose their respective overseers as Zira Legstoi, Kwanzaa Rafeli, and Anaya Tranta. Jamadi Pira was in charge of restraining. Was that the case in the other thing? That doesn't line up. It says Zira Legstoi and Nali Zarada search for participants and shackle them together. This one says Zira Legstoi and Jamadi Pira. That's what I'm saying. I think Jamadi Pira got in there and killed both of them because they killed their fathers. I don't know. Kwanzaa Rafeli, Tessa Navari, Anaya... See, now there's Anaya Tranta for ignition? Hold on. Anaya Tranta and Fess Relakai were the ignition. Okay. So there's the discrepancy. But Koi was working at least for... No, Jamadi Pira was working for Koi, at least in the previous thing, to dispose of the body. But he shouldn't have been there for the restraints. Should have been somebody else. Should have been a woman. Something. Okay, restraint overseers secure the shackles. Exitway overseers to ensure all exits are blocked. Ignition overseers to start fire. Okay. We cannot deny the Blessed Waterfall's choice. It is truly a miracle. 2 small keys and a government badge. Okay. Scribe, take down this message discreetly and have it delivered to King Lutri at once. Your Highness, I regret to inform you that today's trial has not gone to plan. Our insider could not be found this morning, but we saw no way to halt the proceedings without arousing suspicion. Now, who is this insider? Is it... So I don't think Jamadi Pira is the insider because King Lutri's court had his parents beheaded. So there's no way he'd be the insider, right? Our insider couldn't be found this morning, but we saw no way to halt the proceedings without arousing suspicion. Now the trial's ended, the spectators have expected their new soul for a sentinel, so the dual brothers. Okay. Strictly confidential advisory report, trial by ordeal. The Royal Council's reviewed Ori Nagasai's challenge to his brother Koi. Several council members initially raised concerns about possibly of Ori becoming the sole sentinel should Koi perish. Without Koi's limiting influence, they argued, Ori's unpredictable nature would render him difficult to control. So, Ori is unpredictable. Koi is apparently very predictable, because he's very into the carnal pleasures, we'll say. As for sentinels are among the few afforded the privilege of holding private council with His Majesty, maintaining stability of the rule is paramount. Hello, Chiliums. Are you ready for this mystery unfolding? I already have theories. I've been thinking about this for a week. Already have theories. Maintaining stability in this role is paramount. The favored party was contacted discreetly to confirm that he had a plan to ensure his survival. So, I think they contacted Koi privately to make sure that he would survive. His plan satisfies our conditions and his accomplices have passed our clearance checks. We provided the spare for handover. Therefore, His Majesty King Luchi Manzek has authorized a trial by ordeal. So they, I think, wanted Koi to survive. You're locked in? Excellent. Okay, copy of the brothers' correspondence provided by Koi. You were always a few rungs short of a full ladder. Why on earth would I accept such a challenge? Get stuffed. So you admit that you could not possibly win. Then you should renounce your title. Or have you no shame whatsoever? I've changed my mind. I now realize there's no chance of me losing, so why shouldn't I take this opportunity to double my following? Before long, I'll be living better than ever, off your dedicants' donations. What a pity you won't be around to see it. That settles it. My dedicants and I will show up at your temple on the date given to me by the waterfall. You'll receive no advance notice. I don't want you preparing any of your tricks. Even the palace will not know when the trials will take place until I inform them on the day itself. So dramatic. Fine. I'll be there, waiting and ready. Interesting. Okay, then we got some fire extinguishers. So we've examined everything here. Let's see the bus. He said get stuffed. That is curious. Okay. Next up, the bus. Okay. Oh, I guess it's the proclamations. Okay. First Sentinels may not accept donations. They must deal with material goods and wealth. When a First Sentinel dies, his eldest son succeeds him. If the First Sentinel has no sons, there can be no new First Sentinel until another is chosen by the universe to fulfill the ancient prophecy. In the case of twins, there can be 2 First Sentinels. Sin is no longer to be met with punishment, but compassion. The first true Sentinel Nagasai, will live forever. Isn't that interesting? Nagasai will live forever. This experience has given me a lot of perspective on life. As such, my first act will be to put an end to donations and punishment. After that, I would like to live out the rest of my days in solitude, though I will always be with you. So someone has survived. And they have a small key with them. Interesting. But I don't think it's going to be Ori or Koi. I think this is probably Jamati Pura. Wow, there's only like 2 more places for me to click on. Okay. So there's 2... Oh, this person was trying to turn something. Probably something that got very hot. Like a save? Interesting. See how their hand is burned? God, this music's so fun. Okay. Ooh, now what's all this? A collar of some sort. Girl, what is all this? What's this? Is this some sort of like bomb shelter? Spiritual and elegant. First Central Koi Nagasai says, asceticism needn't be austere. The famous symbol of Koi is the triangle. Yeah. Oh my god, is this a Vogue? Is this Vogue? Is that what I'm seeing right now? Is like a centerfold of him? Okay, palladium necklace. Palladium jewelry is more expensive than platinum because it's harder to make. Hand-woven mantle decorated with traditional Lemurian pattern. Oh my god, he's like iced out. Okay, hand-woven mantle decorated with traditional Lemurian pattern. Black pearl bracelet that once belonged to the Lankan Raja family. Interesting. Like the Spider of Lanka, the DLC. Silk garments that were custom made in Louis Bernard's fashion house. Is that like Louis Vuitton? 7-headed serpent tattoo circling the palm on the back right hand. Donate to Koi's charitable foundation and get one as a sign of your generosity. Model 40823 platinum watch from Brat Simone's latest collection. Okay, well, the back of the right palm. Let's take a look here. Damn, he's not extending his right palm. Hard to see the tat. I think these brothers both died. Okay, anyway. Fascinating. I love that. So he has his own little bug out shelter down here. What's his collar about? I can't wait to find out, but it's like torn. Bloody. It almost looks bloody, right? Maybe? Well, let's see Tessa. I have more spots to click on. To think they nearly left you in there. You're coming with me, and I don't. Well, there's more spots to click, huh? Oh, that's right. This is That's right. I forgot that usually for the last one, they'll do a multiple time sequence. So this is moment 1. Then we have 2, 3, potentially other moments. Okay. The definition of suffering from success, right? Okay, so now I gotta remember which one of these fellas is Koi, which one of these fellas is Ori. I don't know why I can't get that locked in. Okay, so Ori challenges Koi to try by a deal. Koi accepts, thinking if he could win, he could thinking he could win if he blanked a blank from blank his blank with it, then blank a blank. But before proceedings began, somebody something to the something, and then something it with a something. As a result, only somebody survived. Oh, something with a belt. Interesting. Let's take a look at this belt. Okay, so there's this belt is like bloody and torn. Okay. Okay. Koi accepts, thinking he could win if he blanked a blank from someone. Oh, like get a key? If he received a key from, and he was working with the government apparently. Okay, the favorite party was contacted strictly confirmed that he had a plan to ensure his survival. His plan satisfies our conditions, and his accomplice has passed our clearance checks. Okay. No key on that guy. 2 keys on this guy. 2 small keys. Yes, Koi is Boomhauer. That's how I'm gonna have to remember it. Good to see you, Pastel. Welcome to the mystery. Now, let's see more of these proceedings. Okay, he was saying, I'm not sure what happened. I'll do my best. As I prayed in the study, I entered a deep trance. I lost sense of all time. My conscious returned. This would be plain. I was surrounded by fire and smoke. Yet I felt no pain. Heard a voice of our beloved waterfall. Fear not, child. The universe is your destiny. As such, this experience has given me a new perspective on life. As such, my first act will be to put an end to donations and punishment. After that, I would like to live out the rest of my days in solitude. So they do have a key, but I don't think that's gonna be our guy. So they don't even give you any. They just give you all the clues up front, Pastel. It's just that this is sequence 1 of 2 or 3. I'm not sure. But let's see. If he receives a key from, I'm going to say Tessa Navari, unlock his shackles with it, and then entered a bunker. But before the proceedings began, I'm going to say that it was Jamadi Pira, like, entered the bunker, and then locked it with a belt. As a result, I'm gonna say maybe only 40 survive? Okay, 2 or fewer things are incorrect. Okay. I'm gonna say only Jamadi Pira survived. Well, let's put this here. Let's put something that's ridiculous. The humans have survived. Okay. I think they both died. But maybe he did. Okay, maybe it's literally from the king. Two things are wrong. Okay, Koi accepted, thinking he could win if he received a key from someone, unlock his shackles with it, and then enters a bunker. Before the proceedings began, someone entered the bunker and then locked it with a... I mean, it's probably not with a key. Yeah, I knew it was the belt. Okay, so 2 things are wrong, and I think it's the survivor and the person he receives a key from. So I'm betting both of those dudes died. I'm betting both brothers died. I think this was a setup by Jamadi. I think he lived. And I think he's going for revenge. What's his belt situation, though? Did he have a belt in the previous one? Let's check this out. Revelation. Let's check this out real quick. Oh, it's not Revelation. It should be Ascension. I bet. I don't think Jamadi's in this one at all. You're not that smart. Oh, don't worry. You don't have to be. All you gotta be is enthusiastic. I love his slides, by the way. Once this is done, I can finally rest. Jeremy Piero's permission. This is from Koi Nakasai. I don't know what this is. Only this when you get there. Do square. Do. Dispose of this note when you're done. Some of y'all said you had ideas about what this was. I think it was Jackie and Manny. You had ideas about this. Do you think it would be spoilers for the current case? This thing? Do you think this has to do with the Ascension case or the Blaze of Glory? Ascension of the belt lock. I was wondering if he had a belt on him. Okay. Back to the Blaze of Glory. Also looks like the ad break hasn't started. About a minute. It's 44 seconds away. Just so y'all know. So we like can't open it. Oh, and it looks like kind of... It looks a bit like there's like distress here. A belt is a wild thing to lock it with, but... Look at all that trauma on the hand. Oh my god, that would be nuts if that was just the Lost comic. You know how to play out, but you do have some thoughts of what the symbols mean. Did you have thoughts for like the previous case? I guess you probably did. Yeah. I'm thinking, Manny, that young man is blind. And so that might be some form of braille, perhaps? He needs to like access this place. I'm not sure though. So Koi accepts thinking he can win if he received a key from... Let's see who he thought his number one would be. The person who shackled him. Because it turned out to be Jamadi Pira. But in truth... it was supposed to be Nali Zarata. Okay. Where was Nali? Okay. How could you tell me that this is incorrect? Okay, let's say then that Ori survived. That's not right either. I mean, what if we just say Tessa Navari survived? Okay, because she did. But, well, I really don't want Koi to survive, but what if Koi survived? No, he didn't. Okay. You don't think he's blind? We think my line of thinking is pretty similar to yours. Okay. That maybe it's like directional, like you have to enter the place like this. They did pretty thoroughly torch this place, didn't they? And there's the Ascension machine. So the Ascension machine was used so that Koi would appear to levitate in front of his followers. And then it looks like right below it was a bunker, as it turns out, connected to the lower part of the compound where he could like hide. Very interesting. Gosh, who survived? I want to say Jamadi Pira survived, but Jamadi Pira entered the bunker and locked it with a belt. Is he still in there? Because I think he's this guy. I think this is Jamadi Pira and not Koi. Or Ori. Because, I mean, it's not Ori and it's not Koi. Oh. Oh, maybe he's... Okay, hold on. Let me just see if the verbiage... He stole the key. No. Bunker is correct. So he entered the bunker. And locked... What if he locked it with a key instead? No. He locked it with a belt. It's very clear. I'm glad you survived, Pastel. Thank goodness. Koi Nakasai accepted, thinking that he could win if he received a key from someone, unlock his shackles with it, and then enter a bunker. But before proceeding, Jamadi Pira entered the bunker and locked it with a belt. As a result, only one person survived. I don't see a point in it being any of these folks except for like Jamadi Pira or Ori Nagasai. But like, okay, hold on. No, there's literally one thing wrong. There's only one thing wrong right now. I just have to figure out what the one thing is. So don't let me forget this. Okay, now there's 3 things wrong. 1, this, and something else. Gotta be. Okay. So actually Jamadi Pira is the only survivor. Okay. So it's probably who he thought the key was from. So he thought he'd get a key, let's say, from Lucia Menzik. Okay. One thing is wrong. There's only one thing wrong. You're not a whiny girly. I don't think you're whiny at all, Pastel. Also, welcome back, everybody, from the ad break. By deduction, I am pretty sure that it's the person he thought he'd receive the key from that is wrong. And I thought that would be Nali Zarati. Let's see who else he could have gotten a key from. Like Tessa Navari, maybe? Or Fez Relikai. No. Pretty sure the only thing wrong is who he thought he could get the key from. Brute force attack. I don't want to brute force it. I just wanted to see, like, if I made another thing wrong, then I could ensure what was the incorrect thing and then try to suss it out, you know. So, do you think he'd get it from the government? Koi Nagasai, Jamadi Pira. He definitely doesn't think he can get it. Okay, since he did employ Jamadi Pira before. Because he employed Jamadi Pira before, he thought for sure he could get that key from Jamadi. Okay, there it is. Alrighty. The timeline. Ooh, are we doing the whole things timeline? Let's see. Oh, yes! Yes. 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 Beautiful. Beautiful. Love this. Ooh, the cinema screening. Take me to the cinema. Can't wait to go to the cinema. Okay, let's go over these events again. So, I hope my mom will go see why my dog is barking. Okay. Ori Nagasai, the guy with the square on his head, challenges Koi Nagasai to a trial by ordeal because the waterfall told him to. Koi accepts, thinking, okay, Jamadi Pira, my janitor, he'll hook me up with that key. Then I can go into my bunker, right? But then Jamadi's like, now's my chance. I'm going to avenge my parents. I'm going to get in that bunker and lock it with a belt. And then Jamadi lives. And now Jamadi's the first sentinel now. Yes, fascinating. All right, hold on. You gotta leave. Oh, okay, Pastel. I'll see you when you come back, maybe. Good luck with work today. Give me 1 sec. Cinema. It's time for cinema, baby. Okay. The dog. She's a silly billy goat. I love her a lot. She's obviously trying to protect us from evil delivery men. Or dropping off terrible things like organic straw. I'm so excited! Let's go to the cinema. Miracle at the waterfall. Suddenly, fire rages through the temple. Right? Will Pravi survive? But then a mighty wind howls from the east. The blessed waterfall is redirected. A miracle. Pravi is saved. And he has the burn. The prophecy is fulfilled. The first sentinel is reborn. Miracle at the waterfall. Okay. This is the dad and mom I told y'all. Could this really have been the result of a miracle win like they say? Something about the footage seems off. A ticket stub. A few coins. To honor the death of first Sentinel Pravi Nagasai, the classic Miracle at the Waterfall will be showing all week at the Lagoon Theater. Okay, so interesting. So he truly did die in that foaming moment, though. Witness the first miracle ever to be captured on film, the real footage of the divine moment that gave rise to the first true Sentinel. Ancient prophecy fulfilled. After the inferno, only one shall rise, bearing the mark of the universe. Mission to Lemurian dollars only. So I think Pravi dies cinema screening. Trial by fire. Y'all, it's like I wrote this game. It's like I wrote this game to honor the death of the first Sentinel. I'm so good. God, I'm so good. And I know for sure that Pravi, no, not Pravi, Jamati Pira is getting revenge for his parents being beheaded. He kills both brothers and is going to go kill Lutri, who had his parents killed for speaking out against the Sentinels. I don't even have to click on the rest of this stuff. Here we go, though. Maybe it was. What else could explain the water's trajectory? Maybe we had a better viewing angle. Ticket stub. A pack of playing cards because they're magicians. Hello, darling! Thank you for those wonderful photographs. What a handsome young man my grandson has become. How lucky he is to have inherited such a strong set of features from you and Shastai. Give my love to the family from Daddy. The fact... Oh, she's got the eyes. The blonde hair is very interesting. It recalls to me... The blonde hair recalls to me... Is it this one? Is this the one? Hold on. No, it's number 2. Okay, it's Eternity's End. This is Pravi's death via the poisoning. Oh, actually, it was like skin poisoning. Okay. They may not be the same person. I saw somebody with blonde hair and I'm like, they're the same person. Back to the Blaze of Glory. Okay. We're cracking this egg wide open. So maybe she's not, she's not blind. She just has very interesting eyes. Very, very light eyes. Okay, who is this third person? How dare they doubt the blessed waterfall and in public? As soon as this ends, I'm reporting them to the King Lutri's purity guards, says this person next to them, who is featureless. So they got snitched on. Okay, now to the digging stuff. Koi really has a sick mind choosing this of all places, although I suppose no one would ever disturb the sacred ground here. Hang on a second. This is yo, mushrooms? There's some luminous mushrooms being reflected in his glasses. That's interesting. You'll need this when you get there. Oh, that's the lock. So backwards L, square, upside down L, something or other. I don't know how that would translate to this, but square, upside down L. Huh? Maybe, is it Lemurian numbers? Because this would mean 4 to me, but maybe not. It says jork. You're a jork. Dispose of this net when you're done. Interesting. GPS permission to leave compound walls until 11 p.m., of course. The diary. Oh, now I clicked on all the things. Of course. Their fingers just lips and said, you will pay for what you did to me, a life for a life. What's all these mushrooms reflecting in the glasses? Interesting. So he's burying the body of one of his followers, who was initially one of Pravi's followers, at the temple where Pravi first withstood the miracle. Also, look at all these mushrooms. Very interesting. What's this plan? Someone knew when to hide in the bunker because somebody told somebody the trial dates. Motivated by something, his final goal, which he achieved. Oh, obviously revenge. was to blank someone. You know the golden idol's up in here. But not here right now. Motivated by revenge, his final goal, which he achieved, was to like expose Koi's diaries, maybe? Let's put that in there. So I think Lucci Manzek told, which is the one with the Jesus. Koi Nagasai. Hold up. The trial date. So nope. It's incorrect. It's gotta be the waterfall. Maybe Jamadi Pira knew when to hide the bunker because the waterfall told Jamadi the date. That's incorrect too. It's too much is incorrect. I know Jamadi. It has to be a the here. Maybe to expose the waterfall? Let's take a look over here. So, all these folks did was, is it the result of a miracle win? Like they say, something about the footage seems off. They like zoom in on it. It's clearly not going over. Then it's such a little tinkle that puts the water out. And she's like, what else could explain the water's trajectory if only we had a better viewing angle? And he's like, how dare they doubt the blessed waterfall? And in public, as soon as this ends, I'm reporting them to King Lucci's purity guards. It would be wild if he reported his own parents. But the burial, the mushrooms, what's going on? Why is he jorking it? I just don't get it. By it, I mean this dead body. He knew when to hide in the bunker because someone... I mean, maybe the waterfall... Did I already do this? Yeah. But I think the king, Mutri, tells the Triangle Man motivated by something his final goal, which he achieved, was to like avenge. Man, it's gotta be the one. It's the prophecy, the miracle, expose the miracle. It's gotta be a Jamadi. Jamadi's gotta know when to hide. Right? Because why would this be about Koi? It's gotta be about Jamadi. The waterfall told Jamadi the trial. It's so wrong. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of the in-game hints then. The original plan, the victor's identity, the advance notice, the motive and ends goal. Let's see about this advance notice. Time to breathe in. Nice deep breaths, everybody. Okay. Expose a miracle is usually what you say when you... Okay. How would you answer the woman in the cinema's question? Well, let's click back on it, huh? What else could explain the water's trajectory? I want to get back to my hints. What else could explain the water's trajectory? Further guidance? Jamadi seems to have noticed something from where he is standing. Something to do with the glowing mushrooms, perhaps? Huh? The water that extinguished the fire during the so-called miracle seems to have come from somewhere behind the waterfall, right? There's like a cave in here. Is it the miracle or is it the waterfall itself? Motivated by faith, fear, love, lust, money, power. It's gotta be revenge. Someone told somebody the trial date. Well, okay. I think I'm making this too difficult for myself. Lucci Manzek did tell the Triangle Man, Koi, the trial date. I can't believe this is incorrect. I'm not gonna lie, you were hoping I would say daddy in my Skin Teen entrance sound. Like, oh yes, daddy. Little baby Tina. The plan. Timeline is fine. I don't want to do another hint thing right now. Koi has a sick mind choosing this of all places. No one will ever disturb the sacred ground here. And what is this dork in it? Someone knew when to hide in the bunker because somebody told somebody. Oh, maybe... What's this about Koi's diaries? Suppose Koi's diaries? He has Koi's diaries. He takes it out. But I don't feel like that's it. To well, maybe it's like a debunk the waterfall. Is it a secret room? Ay, Chihuahua. I'm gonna put Jamadi and then Lutri and then Koi back in here. Damn, so wrong. I'm gonna get hints for an unrelated thing. Victor's identity, the timeline. I'm just gonna look at the first hint. What's the first hint? Who are the people in the cinema? Girl, I know who they are! What is the significance of the letter? Yeah, what is that significance? Let's take a look at it. Hello, darling. Thank you for those wonderful photographs. What a handsome young man my grandson has become. How lucky he is to have inherited such a strong set of features from you and Shastai. Give my love to the family, Daddy. What is the significance of this thing? What is the significance of the letter that the woman in the cinema has? What a... Thank you for those wonderful photographs. What a handsome young man my grandson has become. How lucky it is to have inherited a strong set of features from you and Shastai. I mean, are they related to him? Is this man related? Is Jamadi Pira related? That's like not even within the realm of my understanding, to be honest. I'm gonna look at the direct. I'm gonna look at the Nintendo Direct hints. I almost don't want to see all of it. To determine the end goal, it will help to have solved the time. Girl, I have! Alright, fine. Maybe I did it too quick. So, Pravi dies. They see the movie in the theaters commemorating his death. Then Koi does this miracle. Okay, then... Wait. That's right. Gresto... Sorry. Jamadi is there before the revelation. It's to kill both of them, right? Well, if I say kill for a sentinel. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. At this point in the timeline, he's burying this body, and he's like, the waterfall's open. I'm getting in there, and I'm gonna tell Ori what to do. I'm gonna say, both you boys should get in there and burn your house down, because I'll save you. So, he is the waterfall. He is the waterfall. It was become the waterfall? Is that nuts? Well, so Jamadi knew when to hide the bunker because he is the waterfall. Because maybe the waterfall told him the date? He's the damn waterfall. He gets in there. Well, okay, so I'll say Jamadi Pira told Ori the child date. I'm getting so close. Motivated by revenge, his final goal, which he achieved. Then this, I bet these two are wrong, because this doesn't make any damn sense. Motivated by revenge, his final goal, which he achieved, was to like expose the miracle. Still think those are wrong. Was to eat the golden idol. Was to debunk the miracle. It was not to become the first sentinel. We're getting so close. Oh, yeek. Getting so close. I think it's like kill. It can't be kill for a sentinel. I mean, he did achieve that by killing both of them, but was to like destroy, not the first sentinel. So close. Expose Koi's diaries. That's not it. Position 1, tiny. I know you zoomed in on me. Because I'm doing my thinking pose. Expose the miracle? Expose. Destroy. It's not the waterfall. Destroy these doesn't make sense. Debunk the waterfall was what his parents wanted to do. But I think he really wanted to kill... I mean, it could be... he wanted to kill both of them, but I just feel like just the one is... See, like, just the one is not enough. Oh, he wants to kill Lutri Manzek! I forgot! He does kill Lutri! I forgot about that. Because he's the guy in the cloak, obviously. That's right. Because Lutri put in the demands that his parents be killed because of the purity soldiers they were talking about. God, he was right in front of me the whole time. Ugh. Sometimes I feel like a fool. Execution. Okay. Jamadi Pira wanted to kill Lutri Manzek. Ori Nagasai and Koi Nagasai, obviously. I wonder if they're going to be particular about the position of those. We're getting there, oh, yeek. We're getting there. Because together they had something that his parents, right? Where's his parents? Is the Shasta Akai and Denise Akai be executed, right? They had decreed. Jamadi Pir was able to access the waterfall because somebody gave him the something so that somebody's something could be something there. Okay, buried. Corpse. Body. Damn, what was that? I keep forgetting Triangle Man. I cannot believe I keep forgetting. Okay, Koi. So embarrassing. I keep forgetting. Koi gave him the code so that... Who was that man he buried? Gresto. Poor Gresto. Later, Jamadi Pira returned and spoke to somebody from... Oh, yes, of course. He spoke to Ori from behind the waterfall, right? Ordering him to hold a trial by ordeal. Before the trial began, Jamadi Pira locked himself inside the bunker, leaving both of the men to die, obviously. All this led to Jamadi Pira being appointed the first sentinel, giving him access to Lutri Manzek. Man, I cannot believe I was so hung up on that. Of course he wanted to kill Lucci Manzek. Duh. Duh. Okay. Use all scenario. After his parents' execution, Jamadi Pira sought revenge against King Lucci Manzek and his first two sentinels, Ori and Koi Nagasai. He joined Koi's following the aim of obtaining intelligence and access. Before long, he had gained Koi's trust, using his knowledge of magic to devise a way for Koi to perform miracles. Oh, of course. He was the one allowing them to levitate because he was the levitating boy back in the day. From there, he bided his time and used his proximity to Koi to uncover more useful information. After Koi gave Jamadi access to the waterfall, Jamadi spotted a cave behind it. Seeing opportunity, he formulated his plan. But is there more? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I thought for sure that behind the waterfall would be the golden idol, like manipulating people. Okay, welcome to Mu. To the airfield, Anaya. Goodbye, Lemuria. I'll never forget you. Getting out of there. Leaving the country after killing. Meanwhile, in Albion, oh, the Little Mermaid is now a neon sign. Look who's over there, Oriel, the golden idol. That's Tessa Navari and Oriel Toussaint. Now turn it over. What does it say? Made in Lemuria? Made in Lanka? Oh, chorus. I love that the Little Mermaid, which was one of the inns. Also, the ad break is starting soon. The Little Mermaid was the restaurant from Case of the Golden Idol, of course. So it's good to see that's still in business, right? And so she escapes there with the Golden Idol in hand. Oriel Toussaint is obviously one of the foremost Lemurian scholars. It's just a little tchotchke, you know. Now what's all this? Oh, that's them leaving. Okay. So it's over. So he is like out of town, leaving. Where else? Where does he go after this? He's like, thank you for playing. Well, you're welcome, but I want there to be more. Okay. Thank you so much, Alice, for the 47 months. I appreciate that. Can you believe it's over, Magresta? It's not fair. And then, of course, he has that burnt handle in his hand, which is the mark of the universe, which appeared on Pravi's face. That's just like a handle. But also kind of looks like the start of Tessa Navari's Zen Foundation, you know. Thank you so much, Alice, for the 47 months. I appreciate you. Sorry I sound so disappointed. We just wrapped up this DLC and I want there to be more. Alice, you, just like the DLC for this game, are a work in progress. And we love that. We love that there's still more to come from you, Alice. We love that there's still stuff you got going on. Maybe it's not finished yet. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're leaving us just like the DLC, wanting more. And what is this, Manny? Of course, that's me at the end of this. Ewan, good to see you. How are you doing today? Of course, you joined at the end of the stream. Thank you for the 3 stream streak, by the way. I'm sorry I was so locked into this thingy, so. Yeah, I'm surprised too, Awayik. I knew for sure that the golden idol was behind that waterfall. I knew for sure. I was like, it's gotta be. It's been giving them the information the whole time. So, does that mean that, Let me look at these scenarios because I'm very intrigued. Oh, of course. Thank you, Ewan. Thank you. You forgot Hank Hill was in this game too. Oh, does Ori look like Hank Hill? So, my curiosity, my conundrum is like, is the waterfall just King Lutri putting out declarations? Like, is it all just like state mandated declarations that they're pumping out? Because Like, it must just be like the king is saying that, you know, the king is having these things said from the waterfall. I just don't know if I understand the miracle of the waterfall at all. This game makes your brain feel like goo in the best way, right? I'm trying to decide, Manny, if I am ready for South of Midnight right now, or if I'm gonna play more 13 Sentinels. Who knows? My father has brought great shame on the Manzek family. I assure you my vision for this fine country bears no relation to his. To demonstrate my commitment to the ancient traditions, my first act as king will be to appoint none other than first Sentinel Pravi Nagasai. He was fulfilled the ancient prophecy to the position of royal spiritual advisor. So I think it was the westernization, because like the previous king, if you look at the murder room, King Orent Manzek. So like, see, this is like vaguely westernized, and then Orent is like super westernized. I think, and then we have Luchi Manzek wearing a really traditional outfit. Really, really traditional. So I think he was like, we gotta get back to our old ways, so we're gonna listen to the waterfall again. Does jive with the mandate of compassion over punishment, right? Only to execute the magician parents. I wonder if it's like compassion only for me. Like, only I should be permitted to do something. But maybe the mandates ceased. But like, who was given these waterfall mandates? Was it just some like spiritual practices? I'm very intrigued by the mandates. Good to see you, Juan. I hope you're doing well today. You're waiting on a witch hipper tribe, so you can clean up all the fallen trees and then you can build a cabin. Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing, Snake. There's so much work going on, though. That's wild. Making a log cabin? Damn, dude. Think the man was given the dates? Okay. This is very intriguing because there's like, within 3 years, there's mandates. And then it's like 14 years later, sin is not to be met with punishment but compassion. Then 1 year later, I'm gonna live forever, and then he dies. So I feel like these two, the February and November ones, are like, here's his asceticism. Then he realizes he's about to have a kid. Then he realizes he has 2 kids. So he's like, if they're twins, they both can rule, you know? And then this like sin is no longer to be met with punishment and compassion. It just feels like he's like, it's getting a little loose, right? I feel like it's unwinding. And then it's like, I'm gonna live forever. And that's the ascension is where, like, clearly Koi is interpreting things as he wants. Like, now you can give me as much goods as you want to. My father lives on through me, legitimizing his claim. On the same day, like, give me all the gifts. Also, I'm my dad. Finally, ladies are supposed to love me. And I don't know if there's any more updates, but there were things in Koi's. Oh yeah, he had his own stuff here, the monument. Ori must punish sinners. Dedicants must burn Dedicants' money. Dedicants must not endanger Ori. Dedicants must not leave Ori's temple. The virus will not kill Ori is so interesting to me. The virus didn't kill your father. Your brother did. You must... And of course, at this point, this is Jamadi Pira saying, like, I know this from the journal. Your brother killed your father, so the two of you need to enter the temple and light it on fire. So you'll both die. This is interesting, though, that it's like, you must punish sinners, burn your money. I'm wondering where this monument, like, this is obviously like sealed in the ground or something. So when did these revelations must have come before Jamadi Pira's revelations? Oh my goodness! This morning, maybe like a friend of yours had an ACV in a travel and you can't visit him. You're positive he reacted to his name a few hours ago. I'm sorry to hear that one of your family members, maybe one, had a little cardiovascular accident in a travel and you can't visit him. That's really scary. Are you able to talk to anybody around them, like a doctor or something? Aoyik, you think Pravi was doing the same thing as Koi, putting his own words in the waterfall's mouth. Pravi was just... Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, I think so, probably. Just using the waterfall as a way to, like, pass down spiritual stuff. Because he's clearly protecting his sons by installing them as the sentinels, right? So I think they both kind of did that. Did you think that Ori was doing that too? Do you think Ori actually received, like, real? Before Jamadi Pira showed up. Because, like, I wonder about this. Is this all Jamadi Pira talking to Ori? Ori must punish sinners. Dedicants have to burn their money. Dedicants should not hurt Ori. They should not leave the temple. And the virus should not kill Ori. It's so interesting. Oh my goodness. He's in a hospital under severe control for the last 3 days. That is very scary. I'm glad that he reacted to his name a few hours ago, but I hope this family member of yours gets better soon. That's really scary. 3 days of intensive care. That is a lot. I hope they pull through one. That's a lot of worry to bear. You know. Keep us updated on that, because that's very scary. I hope they'll get better soon. Of course, Juan, of course. How do we get to... Oh, it's over here, that's right. Where is the mushrooms here? Also, can you see Koi's temple in the background? That's very interesting. That's right. The little nose symbol, that was Pravi's symbol. So the fact that Jamadi comes out with that on his hand, it's very prescient. Yeah. 42, the virus's proclamation is what gives it away. You think Pravi's death gave Ori a phobia of disease? I see. Right, and then he learns from Jamadi that Jamadi as the waterfall that the disease is not like it's not gonna kill him. It won't kill him. But Ori has to punish sinners. Dedicants have to burn their money. Yeah, and so this paranoia definitely that registers here. No one leaves the temple. No one's getting in, no one's getting out. No more money. We just live here together. No one's leaving. I don't want this virus to get me. You know? Fascinating. Right. Prepare yourself for Ori will return bearing the divine proclamation. Okay, interesting. The fact that the kids are in a gate is so wild. And also, this rock over here, do you think this person was a sinner? Is this person from the previous one? Hold on. Let me look at these brows. Very pointed brows. I wonder... No. Because the dad got executed. I was going to say, was that the dad figure that got executed? No. Let's look at Attorney's End. Let's see if any of these old Dedekins are like any of the sinners. There's a guy that aligns with Koi. That's Kwanzaa, who becomes sort of Ori's Dedekins. And then I thought this gal for sure killed him until the end. But they were just unwitting. They had no idea. This guy's not related either. Okay. There's Ori and Koi. So interesting. I love this DLC. I wish it was longer. I can't believe it. They're killing me here. Now, what's with all these weird mushrooms? What's with all these weird mushrooms? Anyway, exit the scenario. Back. Downloadable content. What's up with these mushrooms? I think this is going to be the end of the ancient society the Echo Secunda is from. It's got to be about that machinery. And then this, I wonder if this is a tie-in to Keys of the Golden Idol, because there's like a pirate ship. And gunshots. Girl, I'm so excited. This has to be about the ancient advanced society from before. Now, why aren't they showing me this? Because this is definitely Triangle Man. This is definitely like... Okay, to tell you what society this is, let's crack this open and then I'll get to the one where Echo Secunda gets... Is it the machine? Is that it? Hello, to be fair. Good to see you. Yeah, there's more in quarter... I think it's a 2 and 3. I think it said 2 and 3. Okay, let's go back. So maybe it was 4. It's when they go to the museum. No. Is that 5? Is it? Yep, it's 5. Okay, the ancient artifacts. This is the society that I know DLC 3 is going to be about. Product design through the ages. Damn, it's gonna be ancient Lemuria! I wonder if we're gonna get into Ox crimes. Oh man, this is gonna be so freaking good. It's gonna be so juicy. Cause like, look at this spaceship. Look at this automaton from the Restraint era. We got an ETA in the 3rd DLC. I think they said quarter 2 or quarter 3 for the DLCs. This is where it's gonna be from, y'all. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Look, this looks like a ventricle. It looks like a heart, but it's a tank. But yeah, look at this big old automaton. Look at this spaceship. So freaking good, dude. And then entertainments. We got to get to... Another thing they got to do is the spiel dance. Oh my god, I loved it. You thought this DLC was the weakest so far? I mean, I can feel it too because it feels unrelated, but I'm pretty sure this line is probably going to come back in DLC 4. I think they're laying some groundwork right now. But I did appreciate the tie to the Spider of Lanka. The fact that, like, the Golden Idol in the end was manufactured in Lanka, and the fact that, like, they were showing us, like, a Lemurian delegate in the Spider of Lanka stuff. Or that might have been the... no, I think it was the Spider of Lanka. But they were showing, like, the same spots and curtains and all that stuff. And look at her with her spot pants. I never noticed that. Anyways, she is talking about her uncle. So I think probably the DLC will deal a bit with Miss Thing. I think she's going to be involved in this somehow. Either that... Oh, yeah, it says right up here. Quarter 2 is when... that's like summer, right? When is quarter 2? I was hoping... So, what I really was hoping for, Awayik, was like the meteor to happen. Because they showed the meteor... in the photo. God, I have to find that one now. Is that in 4? Is it in 3? They also changed this photo, which is very funny to me. Is it in 3? Yeah, it is in 3. So I wanted this meteor event, which was on the television, to be part of this DLC. I was like, it's gotta be the meteor. Gotta be the meteor event. But there's no meteor stuff, despite it being here in this photo and on the television here. Like, what's this meteor? Quarter 2 is April 1st to June 30th. I'm betting it'll probably be closer to June or July, if I had to guess. Don't tell me that Tiny zoomed in. By the way, Tiny zoom in cam is cutting off my eyes. Did it zoom out? Oh, okay, good. Sorry. I'm literally scratching my brow made it zoom out. That's hilarious. Man. Oh, she calls all her folks Dedicans. Of course she does. Of course she does. Taking after her master. Wow, and see how this looks like that little symbol that was like carved into his hand, like the Lemurian phoenix thing? I think it's cute. I think it kind of enriches the world a little bit. I agree that it doesn't feel as compelling as like Roy Simpson's DLC or maybe the main story, but I still think it's very strong. It was a lot of fun to solve and go through. I feel like the revelation of Jamadi Pira was like kind of it comes a little late, so maybe it's not as satisfying as like maybe it was paced differently, but I don't know, I still feel like it was pretty good. Man, I need more DLC, but they just put this out like 2 weeks ago, so. Anywho, oh my god, I'm gonna scream when we get to good ancient Lemuria. I'm gonna scream. Ancient Lemurian technologies. And then I have no idea what this could be about, but I'm hoping it has something to do with the Lemurian lady and her uncle. It's probably it. And then pirate ships? Who doesn't love pirates? You think it'll end up being very important if they do more idle games in particular? You think? I'm sure, like, it's probably, like, I think this one probably builds on this one. You know, in some way. I feel like they wouldn't just, like, you know, have something just for the sake of having it. They wouldn't just make an unrelated DLC, you know. Well, position 1, Tiny. That's too much in my room. Petition 1. Fine, I'll do everything myself. Thank you. I don't want to stop playing this game. But there's no more game to play. What I really want to do is play more 13 Sentinels, which, if you like this game, 13 Sentinels is like this game times a million. Except there's no like detective puzzle thing you put stuff in. It's just your own brain that you have to rearrange. Play it again? I wish I could. You know. You wouldn't be opposed to a Just Wiggle 25 stream. You'd be just going, boop-a-tappa, doop-a-tappa, doop-a-tappa, doop-a-tappa. You think individually each scenario has fun deduction, but the overall line and revelation feels a little mundane. That's true. There's like no, there's no like, wow, mystery. It is truly the most human of all the things, right? There's no, like the idol doesn't actually figure into it. It's just sort of his backstory for Tessa Navari and more, you know, modern Lemurian politics. I feel like this is going to be a stark contrast to the ancient Lemurian stuff, which I'm hoping Awayik reveals this stuff on the island. Let me pull that up real quick. Exit this game. Let me pull that up. Exit that. Exit this. Okay, so do you remember from the Case of the Golden Idol? Play the Case of the Golden Idol. What is the Case of Golden Idol Redux? What is it even that? I have no idea what that could be. I'm a bad influence on you. You just made some sweaty chicken tender sandwiches. So if you're not here tomorrow, know that I have inadvertently killed you. Wow, I'm so sorry about that. I can't believe it was my fault the whole time. So let me just show y'all the Lemurian vampire again. Okay, let's just review what we know about the Lemurian vampire. Okay. Okay. So here's the wow thing about the Lemurian vampire. This was set in like 16 something before Crowley or whatever his name was, Cloudsley, gets his hands on the golden idol. And clearly this is the ruins of a technologically advanced group of folks, right? The Redux changes things to be more Stream Deck friendly. Oh, interesting. I see. 13 Sentinels. I might be getting into 13 Sentinels after this for a Paladin. I know, I should really be playing some South of Midnight, which I really want to get into, but like I'm in a mystery mood right now, so. But let's just look at the case of Golden Idol real quick. So this is Oberon Geller, and then I think, is this Cloudsy over here? Yeah, this is that dingbat Cloudsy. But they're in the ruins of an ancient Lemurian society here. A group of outcasts, I think, right? A long time ago, Lavumata found the golden idol. It could be used only with a voice command. It could target the speaker with the... That's right, it used the voice command. That was so nuts. And then there was the tower dweller, and that's right. Go Lavumata. Damn, this game was so brutal. It didn't even combine their names together. You had to put in every first and last together, right? Oh, and thank you for letting me talk about my hyperfixations. I'm obsessed with this game. After the arrival of the ship, and then in the tunnel, Oberon Geller gets the idol. Back to exploring. I like how they have changed the UI in Rise of the Golden Idol. I feel like that was a nice welcome change. Stop meddling. Only a new sentinel can keep me at bay. And of course, remember the talk of the sentinels, right? All this discussion of sentinels. There's also something in the Rise of Golden Idol Lemurian Phoenix DLC that says there was a tragic event that caused like the burning of all the Lemurian knowledge. I think that's gonna be DLC 3 with the big robots and stuff like that. I think that catastrophic event is gonna be DLC 3, which is alluded to in the base game as well. But we'll see. Girl, like, even if I'm right, who cares? And even if I'm wrong, who cares? But I'm in that mystery mood, you know, the mystery mood. So here's one of the fascinating things about this Lemurian stuff, right? So you need to know the old language. So of course, this gal who was stealing life from people, Lavumata, she was practicing the old Lemurian language and using it for this tower. I think we need to go back to the timeline. Hold on. Later in the day, and then we can look... No, not over here. It's one of the buildings. There's a tower which is controlled by an automaton. So they had this advanced technology, which is so fascinating to me. Maybe it was in a previous... It might have been in this one? Because they show this dome thing, and it's wild. It was like... They had access to this portal door. Maybe it's just the one that we were looking at before. Okay, here it is. Do not try, Sentinel. I will peel your flesh until only the bones are left. So they have access to this, like, sliding door technology. An immovable stone door. And then it's using, like, this screen with a tablet. This ancient tablet technology. So wild. DLC 3 is going to be Ancient Aliens for sure. Lemurians with people. You thought that we were talking about cute primate lemur vampires. Yes. Now that would be cute. I would love that. But look at this. This is what we're going to be exploring in the DLC. Touchscreens, LCDs. Here's Lavumata, by the way. The guardian of the children. And she's like, yeah. All you sentinels need to get up here to the bridge and sacrifice yourself. And then look at all these sentinels who have died. They had all their life sucked out. Man, I tell you. Man, this is a good-ass game. They're both really good-ass games. Where's the one where we get to actually see them? I know there's one where we get to see them on the road to the tower to get their life sucked out. There it is. He's a sentinel. Right? This person's not breathing together. And look at this weird geometry. God, this is cool as hell. So sick. Okay, I'm not adding any interesting new information. I'm just saying this game's really cool. I like it, guys. I love video games. And I want to play it some more. You know? I should count the sentinel jars. If there's 13, okay, you're right. You're so right about that. Let's go back to the sentinel jars real quick. I think there is 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, I can't believe there's just 13 of them, Manny. Oh my god, it's a sign from the idol. There wasn't 14. Shut up. You didn't see that. Shh. You didn't see it. I gotta go to the main menu and exit this. So you don't know anything about this game. It's puzzle heavy, right? How difficult are the puzzles? That's a great question. I actually have no way to step back and evaluate that. Oh, you dropped an update into the mod channel on Discord. Thank you for that, Pine. I appreciate that. Wonderful. I'll check that out in a bit. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Pine. Okay, the ad break is gonna start soon. But what do you all think about the difficulties puzzles? I think it's too hard for me to step back and evaluate that. I think it's a great brain scratcher. In terms of satisfaction, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 brain scratcher. In terms of difficulty, I don't know, maybe like a 6 or a 7. What do y'all think about the difficulty of like the revelations and the puzzles in like Rise of the Golden Idol? Plot twist, the game's called 13 Sentinels because there's originally 14, but they killed the first Sentinel. There were... Don't get me started on 13 Sentinels because there was more than 13. There was like 21 Sentinels or something, they said. And then I think we found out that Renya Goto was piloting 5 of them himself remotely, and then those died. And then there was BJ was in a Sentinel, and probably Morimura was in a Sentinel, and probably Tetsuya Ida, and maybe Tamo Kurabe was in a Sentinel too. But you know, we don't know. You would put the difficulty right around a fair 5. Yeah. I think they give you all the tools, and I think the hints are very helpful. There's a hint system in this, so it's not like, you know when you get a Sudoku puzzle and they only fill in like 4 numbers, and you're like, what am I going to do with that? And some people fill those in. That to me is 10 out of 10 difficulty. This is like middle of the road towards, I think it's middle of the road. Maybe I'm giving myself too much credit. I don't know. It's way too hard for you. Your brain is perfectly smooth, that it is fun to watch. Yeah. Yeah, I think the difficulty is just right. It's like so much fun to play. Okay, well... God, I have the PC on. I am such a glutton. Because, like, I really just want to play some 13 Sentinels. You're intrigued by this game, you've had it on your wish list. It's so good. I would recommend playing Case of the Golden Idol. I feel like it might be a little bit more challenging than Rise. I feel like due to the UI updates, Rise is a little easier. But Cases, they're both so good. They're so juicy. I don't think you, like, if you really just want to play Rise, you can play Rise. All the information you need is in the game, but it is fun to play Case because there's so many like, woo, now is he in this? What's all this about? You know, you get easily frustrated with puzzles. The hints are really good, Clamp. They have like a graduated hint system in Rise, which I think is really cool. I was gonna roll my dice to see if I should play 13 Sentinels or South of Midnight, but I think I'm gonna play some 13 Sentinels. I've been really looking forward to it this week. And then I promise next Tuesday we're starting South of Midnight. Don't let anything disrupt me unless they release the next DLC right away, because it will be June. Okay, I'm turning off this PC now. But we're going to go on magical adventures, okay, next week, next Tuesday. We're going to start our magical adventures. You're going to be so shocked and enjoying it on Tuesday when we do South of Midnight. But I'm going to do some 13 Sentinels. They don't seem too hard. It's not like a time-sliding block puzzle that results in a game over, leading to replay another weird instant death tic-tac-toe puzzle just to get back to said time-sliding block puzzle. Yeah, it's not punishing. That's what I enjoy about Case and Rise of Golden Idol is it's not punishing. You don't have an HP bar. You don't lose points. You're just sitting there with your puzzle, trying to figure it out, you know? It's not like you can't like game over. You're just wrong. That's it. Until you're right. Okay, I gotta get my switches over here, so hold on. Always keep my Switch in bed so I can play it after the show. So it's challenging, but it's not trying to break your brain. You don't think it's meant to be super hard. It's trying to build a world, and you feel like that's what takes priority rather than something like The Witness, which is meant to be a brain challenge more than anything, yeah. Playing Case also gives you a big boost into in-universe info that helps a bit with understanding certain plot points in Rise. True, I feel like also it gets you familiar with some of the language, but like I had said before, the language also, I do believe they, like, it's either kind of obvious what some of the symbols mean in terms of, like, let's say, temperature or something like that. But, you know, I was cracking open my gaming journal and looking at my symbols I had written down, so. You're wrong until you're right reminds you of Picard's something's only impossible until it's not. True. No speed running through lever door puzzles and single player spleef maps? Spleef? Skip sleep and play both. This does give you time to get back into South of Midnight, Clamp, indeed. God, I really love both of these games. So let me switch our directory over to 13 Sentinels. Okay, my other personality. Because the Golden Idol games have been my personality. But now, are you ready for 13 Sentinels? Which has been my after stream hyperfixation. Beat Rise. Now we'll just say on to 13 Sentinels. Okay. And editing, Tina. This is where we're going to edit the video to say goodbye to the Rise of the Golden Idol DLC. Thank you so much for watching. You've been watching on YouTube.